Vodafone presents the pre-match.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the ESL Pro League North America Season 8. It's day 2. We are the B stream, and we've got one more match for today, Kevin. One more map, I should say. We're already into our final match, and that is Cloud9 versus eUnited. The result, maybe not what you would have expected, particularly if you were a Cloud9 fan. They did go down 16-6 once again, a repeat performance on Overpass from eUnited. Very, very solid stuff. Wondering if they're going to be able to repeat their previous performance on Mirage as well, which was the 16-13 victory their way. That's the map we're going on to now, and that is the map that is the choice of Cloud9. So hopefully for Cloud9, they're going to be able to step things up a little bit.
I mean, I was going to say one thing, right, is that beforehand...
Actually, I should quickly just
Go
correct
for it.
myself, because that last map was actually Cloud9's pick. Overpass was Cloud9's pick. Mirage was actually eUnited's pick. So just to get that out of the way, go ahead.
Okay, what I was about to say was that now you've thrown me off on a bit of a loop. I'm just trying to remember my point. This is what being a Team Liquid fan in 2016 or 2017 must have felt like if you're a Cloud9 fan at the moment, because it feels horrible, in all honesty, because this is a complete... this is not the level that Cloud9 should be playing at, regardless of if it's a team that's trying to find form or whatnot. You want to be hoping for more, obviously, at the end of the day. There is hope at the end of the tunnel, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
That was... Let's be realistic. We can say that eUnited were playing really well. We can praise them because obviously they were. But Cloud9, seriously, some questions need to be asked. Like, this is not me trying to be slack on them, right? But the realistic part is you got 4 major winners on that lineup. You do have theoretically all the ingredients to be working together with. It shouldn't take too long to find at least a basic level of synergy, and we didn't see that on Overpass. And for them to pick Overpass like that, to try to go back to one of their fallback maps and to lose against eUnited, I think it's a reverberating blow at the end of the day. It's a resounding blow. What really is going on?
Good question. Good question. Some of those Cloud9 members are probably players that you would have had in your fantasy team, Kevin, if you did have a fantasy team. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily have those guys from eUnited, but now maybe you're kind of reconsidering things. You're looking at these matches going, hey, these eUnited guys are probably pretty cheap based on how the dollar value would work out per player and that kind of thing. And you'd be like, oh, maybe I'll pick up one of them. Maybe they give me a bit of value.
Right? It's like before, like you look at this roster on Cloud9, it's, okay, Skadoodle may be a little bit temperamental at the time, so I wouldn't have picked him up, but I would have picked him automatic. Now I would really question it because I'm going, okay, this Cloud9 roster, okay, so Skadoodle obviously it fluctuates in form, right, as the AWPer and whatnot. So automatic becomes the primary AWPer. Didn't look fantastically great with it either. Didn't have the opportunity to really show it off, to be fair.
I didn't really notice it. That's the thing. That's the problem, maybe even. Like, it didn't seem like it mattered whether he had the AWP or not.
Remember the night I was really, really slack to, oh man, is he okay?
Yeah.
Like, really slack because he was picking up the second AWP or he was being the primary AWP and doing nothing. This is my crux of the issue, right? Because you notice it's not doing anything. It is a big money drain on an economy which is already being taxed at. Where I feel like he's better as a rifler. Where I feel, I don't know. I think that's pointing at systematic problems that Cloud9 are having. I don't know if they're having success in scrims and they're deciding to do this instead. But it's just on the surface, and I guess just watching one game out of multiple ones that could have happened, it just seems really questionable.
This is only one game, though, so we've still got another one coming up here. Let's not draw too many conclusions just from what we've seen there. Having a look at the Betway odds now, that's quite interesting, actually, because they're both exactly the same, $1.83 each. It's, again, like another one of those maps that kind of looks like a bit of a 50-50. Like I've said, that previous result, 16-13, very, very close there. A little bit that the Cloud9 guys can learn from. 4 players from that match did come through into this Cloud9 roster, Flusher being the change for Stico. But all in all, I mean, eUnited now know that they can beat Cloud9 today. They know that they have beaten them on this map fairly recently as well. Let's have a look and see if they can do it again and manage to pick up that 2-0 today that they would have most definitely been looking for to bounce back from yesterday's performance against Renegades. United starting off on T here. Cloud9, 2 defuse kits and 2 smokes. So I guess they are expecting the bomb to go down.
I think it's pretty critical at the moment for Cloud9 for Flusher to really turn up on Mirage. This is his map where he is able to just completely demolish and take control.
Yes, we have seen quite a few clips of Flusher on Mirage in his time. But maybe today is the day for him, maybe not. Based on the previous map, I'm kind of actually leaning towards eUnited right now. especially if the AWP's not going to be a big factor here for Cloud9 on the CT side. Moose through Palace on his own, just gets absolutely wrecked, but then so does Golden. Entries here, goodness me, everyone you flick to is just dying. What can you do as an observer? It's a tough life, I'm sure.
Everything is headshot so far.
Yeah, 2v4 though, and that's just a little bit too much for eUnited to deal with. Dazzle manages to get one, but inevitably he will fall, and Cloud9 will pick up the first pistol round.
We saw this last time, they were able to take the pistol round in the first half and then lose it from there. So I hope I don't see that again.
Oh yeah, this is true. There is
It happened very quick ago that don't want to obviously harp on it for too long, but there is a potential for some damage to be done by eUnited's buy here, especially on the back of a few Desert Eagles.
Well, yeah, I mean exactly, like eUnited not getting the bomb down there, so no reason not to force buy into this one. And they've already been able to show what they can do with the pistols. Moose gets automatic. Now having a look. Oh god! It's happening again, Kevin. Golden is down. Flusher is down. eUnited, they're finding a way to pull another round out with just the pistols. Rush will actually stabilize for a moment. eUnited have got to take some more calculated peeks than to just rush in on him like that, because he is holding things down. But now that they have a little bit of a crossfire setup, well, it's gone a little bit by the wayside for eUnited. Still winnable here for Dapper. He was the hero with the Deagle earlier on Overpass, but now with only 4 HP, it's going to take a miracle from him. There's one miracle, but Skadoodle shuts it down.
Jeez, that was a costly round. They managed to pull it back thanks to old mate Rush. But my goodness, you could definitely see that round going wrong. The first two picks going in the favor of eUnited, and at least semblance of normality.
A semblance of normality, but a very expensive round for Cloud9. So eUnited, well, I guess they would be disappointed by that, especially Moose having started off with the 2 Deagle frags. It's still a good round for eUnited when you consider the impact that it could have later on down the track. If Dazzle would have gotten even one more frag there, it would have been fantastic news. But Cloud9 have sort of salvaged things a little bit there with able to take 4 guns through. That said, though, a lot of SMGs, it's going to probably be a bonus round here from Cloud9. Or purchased automatic will be taking that one again.
Just being curious to
it is
see
the bonus.
What they want to do with the SMGs. Are they going to try to go a little bit aggressive, or are they just going to allow automatic just to roam around and just upgrade at any opportunity they can do? So eUnited are setting up for an A main or A side take. Rush gaining some control. Actually winning the first aim duel as well. That's going to be critical. They're still trying to commit on this. I don't know what to make of this, because you can't be committing blindly into this at the moment. And Rush is trying to get away with murder at the moment. And I think he just has. Ladies and gentlemen, Rush is just demolishing these guys at the moment.
Well,
Don't know how he's doing it.
Cloud9 needed someone to step up, didn't they?
Like, you're not going to expect 2 people here. Rush is like, oh yeah, I'm 13 HP low. I'm just going to go down right now. So he's going to go down fighting. And there's a guy called Golden here who's just going to run around like an absolute maniac with an MP9 just doing damage. Now, the smokes are faded. You have absolutely nothing almost to work with for eUnited. You're going to have to rely on the aim coming out from Moose and Relics.
Maybe not the worst of things to be relying on. I think that was a headshot through the wall onto Flusher. So he does manage to survive it, but it's a significant chunk of damage. 48 seconds for eUnited. That's a big loss, though. Relics going down. Moose now in a 1v3. And that Molotov will force him back. Flusher with the headshot. 4 rounds up for Cloud9. Definitely a better start to this map than what we saw on Overpass, and they're looking a lot more comfortable. CT Economy's already gotten going a little bit as well. eUnited, maybe some of that pizzazz has been lost.
Maybe a little bit too excited, and I mean, just trying to execute blindly like that, Cloud9 are finally... I was talking about it previously, right? Cloud9 weren't doing anything to throw any spanners in the works to really disrupt eUnited's flow of play, and Automatic now is in a big lot of trouble. There's one player coming out from Underpass, needs to drop the smoke, but Golden's here to make sure that Automatic gets some of the pressure alleviated at the very least. Orb is still taken in the hands of Dazzle, though.
again, you look at this round, you see only one gun lost for Cloud9. They're not concerned at all.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it, Dazzle. Get rid of it. Yes!
Slam dunk over the side of the map. Wasn't a slam dunk at all, was it? But anyway.
And look at this. They're going to be so confused. Oh, not really. Rush is up. It's long gone.
Rush is well aware.
Yeah. That's a pretty smart play. It forces a reinvestment coming out from the CT side. Whereas eUnited, he knew that he wouldn't be able to keep it forward anyway. What's the point? But 5-0, just like that. It's felt like a very quick 5 round so far. Hasn't felt like a...
Grenade will do a fair chunk of damage over to Ace. Automatic having a look through the smoke. Does see a player, but won't be able to land the shot at this point. eUnited not really gaining too much map control. They're all stuck at the top of mid. They've got a bit of utility left, but if they do use that smoke to get some control into mid, if they throw it into the window room, then that's just one less smoke to actually get into one of the sites or to hold on to one of the sites in a post plant. It's all something that's going to have an effect later on down the track.
I think they need to boost someone into window at the moment. There is no other way for them to safely get map control outside of this boost as the smoke is still up, but Dazzle's the only one there. That makes me a bit worried. Because, as you were saying, they've only got a single smoke left and they have barely any map control to tell for it. Unless you decide to go into the A bomb site and there's Automatic and Golden, as well as Rush.
Oh, here comes the pop flash over. Golden not going to be affected by that, nor is Rush. And the smoke down really late here for Cloud9. That's excellent news because it means eUnited, their job is going to be so much more difficult. They're going to have to walk through this smoke or wait for it to dissipate. Dazzle is able to get one on the entry from the back, but Automatic somehow misses that shot. Looked like it was on point to me. Might have gone whistling through his legs. Need to be careful there. But in the end, 6-0 for Cloud9. Still a pretty solid round, given eUnited had a full buy in there. 3 guns come through, and this CT side is looking much, much better.
There you go. All I have to say was that Cloud9 were looking terrible, and they're suddenly looking good again. Except for Automatic's orb.
Well, give it time.
Hey, to be fair, Automatic is my favorite player. I love him so much on the rifle that I feel like him having the AWP is a bit of a travesty.
You think he's doing himself a disservice, perhaps, is the best way of putting it.
Yes.
Rush certainly not doing himself a disservice, though, as he's having a pretty stellar game here. Golden just gets eliminated. Moose has been so on point with this Deagle. Hasn't really opened things up enough, though, for eUnited, but there's another kill for him. And now Automatic's got to be kind of quaking in his boots a little bit, thinking, oh, I hope I'm not next. This grenade will probably finish off Moose and also throws the bomb out into no man's land. Ace is on a pretty hectic flank here, though. If he bides his time, if he gets the side of Skadoodle, the headshot's across. Just didn't get it cleanly enough onto Skadoodle, but now it's into a 1v1. Automatic with the USP. He knows his opponent is low, but Relics with the CZ, close range, will shut the round down, and eUnited finally find their first. Off the back of, I would say, a bit of a loose round there from Cloud9. It just wasn't quite up to scratch. And obviously, Moose gets 2 kills with the Deagle.
Yeah, that always helps when Moose just comes out and just goes... Well, I don't know, what sounds did Moose make?
It's kind of like a moo, but it's not. I'm not Canadian, I don't know. I've never even seen a moose.
That's what I'm trying to get at. Oh. Alright, now pressure being levied onto the B-bomb site. One's going to be able to fly by. Now Skadoodle going to try and dance around alongside with Flasher, but it looks like the bomb's been lost. They're contained at the moment on the T side. Can't really push beyond this.
Not a fun place for the bomb to be lost either. Automatic watching the angle, doesn't let a shot out. And Skadoodle just gets clotheslined by Dapper. But it's still not going to be enough for eUnited. Automatic follows up with 2. 3 kills in the round for the AWP there. And a 7th up for Cloud9. An economy reset for eUnited. They have a little bit of cash across a few players, but I don't know if it's enough to really net a great buyout here. There'll be an AWP for Ace.
Going for
a little
it.
thrown out there as well. It's not a terrible buy. Big lack of utility, though.
Might just been a contact play instead coming out. Rely on the AWP of Ace to peek out. Smokes are coming over quite fast. They're just committing straight out right now. Grenade's going to do quite a chunk of damage, and Automatic trying to find his timing in through this rush, dancing around. He's still alive. He's still dancing. He's still fighting, and now Golden's going to come forward as well. And, well, poor Moose this time. Wow.
This is just looking like an absolute slaughter.
It's like Cloud9 got really angry that they lost a map, and then they decided to take out all their anger on eUnited. This is the result of it at this stage. I mean, a lot, like you're saying, though, a lot of the bajazz, a lot of the sparkles really coming out of eUnited. We're not seeing the trade game on point. We're not seeing people covering the same territory and hitting the shots that they used to. I think that's been a big contributing factor as well. Going to be testing the B side again. Skadoodle hasn't seen much action so far. He'd like to see a little bit more.
Or maybe he won't. Maybe he doesn't want to, because so far he hasn't really had to do too much work, and Cloud9's already up 8-1. To be honest, if I was Skadoodle here, if I was someone sitting on the B-bomb site not having to do a whole lot, I'd be like, great, guys, you go have some fun. I'm just going to go make a cup of tea, and I will keep winning the match.
Yeah, we'll see what happens afterwards then. You're the B. Imagine this: you're the B site anchor. Your A site loses. You got to rotate, and because you haven't seen action for about 10 rounds or so, you can't hit your shots because you haven't had anything to practice on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then everyone starts trash talking you, and you're like,
yeah, wow, this guy only has 2 kills and 2 deaths. Dude, literally nothing has come his way. There are 5 Glocks, and only Relics has presented opportunity. And they're going A, so it's like, oh, great. Hey guys, you think we should test Skadoodle a little bit in this B site? Maybe a bit of a weakness compared to Rush as well as Automatic. Nah, let's just go A again.
Oh, good shot there from Automatic. Really not too much of a resistance for eUnited though. Ace will get 1 with the Glock, but it's just the pistols for eUnited. 9-1. I feel like a broken record at the moment, but it is what it is. Cloud9 just continuing to get rounds easily.
Wouldn't a broken record make a screeching noise? Like a really bad screeching noise?
The thing about a broken record is it repeats the same thing over and over. That's why that's the saying.
Didn't realize you were that old to have records. United now looking to try to take some mid-control off the CTs, but it's not working out too fascinatingly well at the stage. Golden still here, alongside with Automatic.
I think Automatic's been pretty solid with the AWP so far here on Mirage.
Yeah, well, he's looking a lot better in the previous rounds. Starting to hit a few shots, starting to find his form. And there it is. Not only a kill, but also the tag down onto Ace as well. That's going to put another dent already in eUnited's already very limited campaign, I guess, on this T side. Only a single round, and not looking like they're in any better stages, as well as Flusher. Now dropping the Incendiary Grenade at himself. That's not good.
Golden might be able to back him up just a little bit here. In the end, Flusher actually does go down. Puts it back to a 4v4, but Golden's in such a strong position here.
He's made noise. Oh, man.
Doesn't matter. Pop flash.
Oh, he is. The flashbang is there. Good smart play.
I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Automatic, actually, that threw that pop flash and follows it up with 2 great shots from the AWP as well. 3 kills Automatic, 2 kills for Golden. I think all 5 kills in that round off the back of Automatic.
I've learnt the trick, all right? As soon as Cloud9 are not doing well, I'm just going to trash talk them.
Yeah, okay.
They came into this, I was going, that was disappointing on overpass. They really need to be playing better. I don't understand what Automatic's doing the AWP. And okay, Automatic's dropping 16. Cloud9 are up 10-1. They've got structure again. They've got the flashbangs. They're playing it perfectly. And eUnited are just getting slammed in the curb at the moment.
Yeah, they flipped the switch. Golden is going to spot a bit of info out there and decides to drop the smoke down. Golden's not been having a particularly fantastic time here on Mirage. It's sometimes just been running dig-shotted connector there, so he's just taking the safer option. Lets the rest of the team do the work. 11-1, Cloud9. When does it stop, if ever?
Don't think it's stopping. I'm on the Cloud9 train again. Can't believe I was waxing lyrical about it. It's like watching Team Liquid play, because at least Cloud9 are winning.
Yeah.
And now thinking about that, that also sounds really harsh as well.
It does.
Okay, eUnited, another buy round. They're going to be executing out the A bomb side again, but it just feels like they're just throwing something and hoping it sticks at this stage.
Well, they already threw a couple of smokes into the middle area. So let's see what eUnited have actually got here. Not too many smokes for the A take. It's going to be a dry take as far as the smokes are concerned. A lot of Molotovs, but Relics gets 2. Dazzle will get Relics. Automatic, however, still yet to have a part in this round. And with that up, he has been dangerous. Bomb still isn't planted either for eUnited. They don't have anything to block off any of the angles, so it's going to be tough to get the bomb down. Skadoodle will fall prey actually to a Molotov, but really would have been dapper with the rifle that would have got him in the end. Looks like this round is going to go the way of eUnited, but right now, look at the money for Cloud9. They don't even need to worry about it. They can try and go for the retake, try and do some damage, maybe take the AWP out of the hands. I don't know. It's unlikely at this point that anything is going to actually matter for eUnited, but it certainly doesn't matter for Cloud9, and that's why Automatic is still hanging around here, seeing what he can get done.
Just wants to get as many kills as he possibly can, but he's allowed to as well. Oh, Dapper's here though, making sure that the killing streak isn't continued. Grabbing the AWP as well, which is good. eUnited 2 managed to kill the second round, but I mean, that was also because Cloud9 were going, all right, eUnited have tried to go A how many times and failed. Surely they won't try it again. And eUnited just using it as practice. They're going to go again, just vary it up a little bit this time, and it definitely catches Cloud9 out by surprise. So good to see at least a bit of change coming out from eUnited. Already though, one in connector. Dapper in a critical position, actually, at this particular point. Ace is going to cop another HE grenade from Golden.
Yeah, the rotate across from B is going to be quite a long one as well. Both of the players really committed to the B side at the moment, so these A defenders will need to get something done. Flusher almost managing to get a lot of damage so far, but the kills yet to come. Golden will get 2, and Ace also kills his teammate, which does mean it's a 3v1. Automatic gets Ace. And that's 12 up for Cloud9, looking for 13-2 in the first half. Money is very poor for eUnited as well. And there is a very good chance that Cloud9 come away with an absolutely incredible first half here.
A commanding lead would be the correct word for it, I would say at this stage. I think eUnited, they're just going to be going for that B push. I mean, they're going to be testing out old mate Skadoodle and Flusher over this on the B bomb site. Going straight in, Skadoodle heading to jail, but looks like eUnited going to be stalling for a little bit as Golden has managed to gain this mid control. Still going to be committing though. Dazzle first out.
Yeah, it's a good crossfire setup. Skadoodle will get 2. That leaves the Flusher quite free, but in the end, it's actually Skadoodle. 4 kills. No. Automatic got that final one onto Dap. I thought it was Skadoodle, but doesn't really matter who gets the kill in the end. Cloud9 are able to secure the 13-2 first half. I mean, couldn't have asked for really a better start.
No,
United, what a difference that is.
I mean, it just seems like the roles have been switched, right? Where Cloud9 is suddenly hitting all the shots. They're looking so good on the CT side. And eUnited look a little bit devoid in terms of economy, in terms of idea, in terms of trading, and a complete flip around from Overpass.
Absolutely.
This is the whole thing, is that it makes predicting so difficult sometimes, because imagine if this Cloud9 turn up in Overpass.
It's like what a difference a map can make, you know? Sometimes it boggles my mind. Not being, like, I've never been a player, like a pro player in Counter-Strike, so I can't fathom the difference that, like, if you're hitting shots like what eUnited were, then to go onto Mirage and then not be able to do that same thing, it's quite a concept that I don't necessarily fully grasp, but it obviously is a thing because we see it so often. Teams have such a great map 1 or map 2, or they have an awful map 1 or map 2, and then it just completely changes, flips on its head when we get to the next map. I have no idea how it happens, but it does, and it's happened here for Cloud9.
Yep. Cloud9 just looking, had 3 towards mid to see if they could capture anyone on the rotate, but it looks like it's going to be a 4-person rotate coming out from CT spawn. You can see Rush going to be angling himself in the correct direction.
Yeah, and it's working out pretty nicely indeed for Cloud9, although a little bit of a response from eUnited on the defuse. Can Golden get there in time? Yes, he can. Cloud9 get the pistol, 14-2.
What a day it's been. We've gone from triple overtime into, I would say, a series where it's been most likely going to end up as a 1-1 split, but it's been very lopsided as a series.
Yeah, looks like it could even be a 16-2 here. Cloud9 are going to be coming in with the guns, and eUnited, well, they have to force buy into the round, pistols and armor, but...
I mean, that's a good thing. At least they got Deagles.
Well, we've seen the damage that Eagles can do.
Not this time.
Cloud9 just need to play this one out properly. Make sure they don't give those opportunities over to eUnited. But Dazzle peeking the corner quickly. It's the better of automatic, and that's one of the AKs.
This is something to fight with. Dazzle still probing in, still looking for more, and he might be able to get more as well. Flusher has been spotted out at the edge of his head. Flusher dancing around with a MAC-10, trying to chip away.
That's the MAC-10 life.
Absolute nuisance, and Dazzle, not much you could really do there. And
Kind of reminds me of like the Tech 9 days of old.
And Dapper, unfortunately this time around, not able to pull off some of the magic, but Relics and Moose still alive.
Moose was the danger man. But that was with the Deagle, not the CZ.
And I think there's just too many people for him to really exploit at this stage.
Yep. 15 for Cloud9.
15-2. Jeez. Most one-sided match I've seen in a long time, actually.
Yeah.
Last time I saw something this one-sided was probably Tainted Minds versus Order on Nuke. Only 2 rounds that Tainted Minds, won were their pistol rounds. Order won every single other round.
I don't believe I casted that game.
I think it was with Pilly.
Yeah. I don't recall it. That was ANZ Champs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I do remember it.
I mean, because I didn't watch the Astralis versus MIBR, so I didn't see the 16-0 at the major.
No,
but I'm fairly certain that was probably even less close. So, all right, out into the A-bomb side. Here we go, Rush. Nullified by Dazzle, automatic, still going to be roaming around trying to find the picks, but where's the teammates coming from? The teammates eventually coming forward. It's going to be Flusher as well. Skadoodle going to be leading the charge alongside with Golden. But the Scout's still here.
Not much longer. Ace is going to get dropped. Still, these pistols can go to work. Cover needs to be good here from Flusher if the peak came out from eUnited, but it will not. And both the C9 players do back away into some nice post-plant positions. Skadoodle has been spotted out, gets some damage across. Flusher got absolutely wrecked by Moose. Now it's a 1v1, but Moose will win it, and eUnited survive one more round.
Good job, Moose. I'm actually curious now what...
Google noises Moose make.
To call a moose, you can make the grunt call, the cow sound, or a combination of both.
I think that's if you want a moose to come to you.
Unlike deer or elk, which hang out in small groups or herds, moose are solitary. Okay, so that's why his teammate had to die, because moose only clutches out when he's by himself, because he's a solitary beast.
Cloud9, 15-3. They've got another buy through. Still a pretty good one. Lots of utility there. A couple of UMPs, but still enough rifle firepower that it's not of too much concern.
That's straight in the feels. Rush with the triple optic sticker.
Automatic will go down, but he was one of the UMPs, so that's his job. Run in like a crazy madman, get the info, get a frag even better.
Oh!
Well, Moose does actually get the kill into Rush, so all's good and well. Now 3v3, and the post plant good again from Cloud9. eUnited clutched out the 2v2. But Golden is on his merry way into mid. And the bomb is well and truly planted for mid as well. So this is his round to clutch, especially now that Skadoodle is down. In from Connector comes Golden. He'll take the 2 aim battles that he needs to. Onto the bomb defuse goes Relics, but now Golden is going to take the peak, and I don't know if there is enough time here for Relics on the defuse.
He did manage to grab the kit. He just has another 1 second defuse. Another one. eUnited, they hang on. Golden was unable to buy just enough time. He thought Relics was still on the defuse, but well played by young Relics. Buying them another chance, buying them another round.
Yeah. How long will it last? Cloud9 are going to eco this out. Pistols armor for Rush. Pistols across the board. This should at least be eUnited with another one to make it 5. Just feels like a matter of time, though. Cloud9, with this kind of form, surely it doesn't take them long to close this map out. They've been so close twice as well. And now they're going to save. They'll get a full buy next round. Got a lot of cash still. Haven't really seen them throw anything too hard at this T side. Not that they've had to, but they've just kind of run out onto the A bomb side a couple times, and it's almost worked a couple of times as well. But for a clutch that's ended in the favor of eUnited. I mean, admittedly, Golden almost turned it into a clutch for Cloud9. It wasn't really a clutch for eUnited, it was 3v1. But that's the round over. eUnited up to 5. And here come the weapons for C9. Automatic with the AWP. AWP-tomatic.
Nice. I think they're going to take this round a lot slower then, if they do pick up the AWP in the hands of Automatic, so... Looking to maybe establish some mid-control off the CTs as Rush. You can't really go through this, but they've gone through it anyway. It's really risky, and you can see why it doesn't work out with a single flashbang. CTs can be anywhere, challenging too many different angles. I really like that progression play coming out from the CT side. Buys them not only a lot of information, but a lot of space. But Flusher back to his old tricks.
Yeah, just lurking out onto the A side. Doesn't spot too much and decides to back away. See what Automatic can do to equalize things here. Pop flashes out, but he doesn't manage to land the shot. Information, though, going over to eUnited as a result. It's going to come down to one of 2 things for Cloud9 if they do end up winning this round. Flasher opening it up on the lurk here. Or Automatic with that AWP, being able to find a pick.
A flashbang play coming out. That's really just down to the jump spotting, timing it. eUnited doing things well, but I don't know if it's a case of too little too late.
I have to suspect that it is. Cloud9 do have so many rounds. Automatic is doing a bit of damage to the CT economy, so eUnited, they don't want to get too preemptive here. Their money is still pretty bad. Automatic does not have time to win the round now. One more kill sure would be nice for Cloud9, but does not look like it's going to eventuate.
Yep, not going to happen. Dazzle's pretty close, but he's walking this entire time. Now he's making a bit of noise, but round time is going to tick away. Cloud9 probably just going to force up a few pistols on the back of this AWP. I mean, Automatic won't be able to buy in the next round anyway, so... might as well force to a decent amount. Then Automatic has to go for a pistol.
Automatic has a pretty good spawn for B. A pretty good spawn for mid as well. Let's see if he can beat the player here. Oh, he certainly can. Relics is going to peek off the flash. That's great work from Automatic. It's a 1-for-1. Skadoodle does drop. Good trade from Automatic, however. Is it going to draw the rotation? Rush just having a look into the sniper's window. Also spots him out, but no damage to come from that. Flusher lurking out on A. again, also not able to do a whole lot. Really was going to be Automatic that had to open it up here for Cloud9, and to an extent he did, but not enough.
Remember what I was saying about Moose being solitary animals? He's by himself at B at the moment. A lot of trust. Now finally Ace is coming over. Double orb coming out from Cloud9. They have to use whatever they have, I guess. So smoking off the site. And out comes the first. Rush is going to be the first one that's going into his death. And Moose is going to draw out the utility at the wrong time, but both orbs miss their shots. It's a disaster. As Moose is able to get away once again.
Yeah, it happens. Will be a goodbye through for Cloud9. Automatic has at least afforded the AK to drop to his teammate. He also gets full armor. So the exchange of weaponry, it works out pretty good for Cloud9 here, this bite. They are letting eUnited slowly come back into this. It's not even remotely close to eUnited being in a position to close the map out or make it 15-15, but...
Each round at a time, right? That's the whole thing.
Exactly. That's what Cloud9's thinking now as well.
And eUnited are looking much better as well, to be fair. They have looked a lot better on their CT side compared to their T side. Flusher, just looking to try to make some inways into this A-bomb side, but Ace does not allow him any opportunities to do so. And Skadoodle does manage to get the pick off at the very least. It's short, but they've lost all presence over at the A-bomb site at the same time.
Oh, well, Relic's a bit of work to do. He'll be able to get Rush, and actually does have a smoke to kind of escape into if he needs to. But Cloud9 will gift him a couple of frags. I wonder how long this goes before Cloud9 decide to sort of throw out and execute on the A-bomb site. Something like that, because so far it's just been kind of run and gun from Cloud9. They've just been trying to walk out, trying to take the frags. It's not working.
Nope, it isn't.
How long until Cloud9 crack? Show us something.
It'll be 16-14, I'll tell you that.
Getting that way. It's only 6 rounds away now for eUnited to get to 14. Didn't even think they would get to 8, to be honest. But they have been able to come back into things fairly nicely so far. But the thing is, like, it's good, but it's still not believable yet.
Yeah, we're seeing the same problems, I guess, from the Cloud9 T side as well. It's looking, I mean, we saw a couple of these problems in Overpass. It's looking very disjointed at times where they have to rely on the CT side, it looked a lot better. On the T side, it just individual brilliance being relied upon. And now the CT members on eUnited looking a little bit better as well.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of damage done by Cloud9, but nothing too exciting. So another buy round to come here for C9. Automatic, do you want to grab the AWP again? He does. Full utility for everybody, except for Automatic. Is this the round where we see the execute?
Nope, they're just going for a mid take, and we'll see where they go from there, I guess. Oh, baby, through the smoke.
Doesn't feel good if you're Automatic.
There's 7 rounds in a row that eUnited have managed to grab, and Cloud9 still not with an answer just yet.
Yeah. I wonder when you start to get worried as Cloud9. When does this start to become a problem? At the moment, you've still got a 6-round buffer. It's like, okay. But 5 minutes ago, you had an 8-round buffer. Or a 10-round buffer.
They've got window control, which is pretty critical at this stage. How they're going to leverage it is a real question, because Rush needs to go back for the bomb. He can't really enter at this stage. He's going to do the entry roll regardless. Flush is going to have to go the long way around. This is just... Yeah, that bomb should not be over there at top mid at this stage.
Well, Flush is going to throw a couple of utilities into A and go and grab the bomb in the meanwhile. The rest of his team is going to try and filter in through connector. So this is a very disjointed attack, and it really only hinges on these Cloud9 players. Skadoodle Got to get a good one onto Ace, but Dapper from Sandwich finding 2. Golden needs to win that duel, and he does. Coming through mid, however, this is still winnable for Relics because Flusher, he's got the bomb, but Relics has got no idea, and Cloud9 will finally win at that one round that they did need. 16's up. It looked for a moment like it could be eUnited just to sneak away with another round there, but Cloud9 eventually get the job done. A 1-1 tonight for Cloud9. I don't know. I mean, I feel like for Cloud9, you'd probably be a little disappointed with that result. You would have wanted the 2-0 tonight. eUnited, a 1-1, I think, is pretty reasonable there for them.
Yeah.
All in all, though, like, it was just a crazy, crazy match.
I think for eUnited, they'll be disappointed they didn't have a better showing on Mirage. They'll be going, man, our T side sucked. We needed more rounds on there. I think they were doing all right. It was just Cloud9 were playing at that Cloud9 level, right? Which is a lot better to see. eUnited weren't losing rounds just simply based on doing dumb things. They were trying to throw executes, they're trying to take map control, but a lot of the time, they then encountered, all right, what happens when a CT side does take this map control off you? What do you do? They didn't have the protocols to counteract against that, didn't have the aim this time to bail them out of a bad situation. And similarly, on the CT side, things looked a lot better because at the very least, their aim was starting to wall up. In Cloud9, they encountered the same problems, didn't really have the executes to fall on. They had to just try to brute force something. At the end, I think was pretty much a summary of their T side so far from what I've seen is that it's really disjointed. They seem to have the right ideas on where to get this map control from, but afterwards, what they do with it is really bizarre because they don't have bomb control, so Flusher has to leave A main and go all the way around. All the rest of the players are then grouped up together, and the only way they win that round is because they're just so sharp, they're able to hit the entries and roll from there.
Yeah, it definitely does show the potential power of this Cloud9 roster. Like you said earlier, they have 4 previous major winners, so it's definitely not like they don't have the pedigree on this roster. It's just going to be how well it does mesh together. A lot of the time you do see, you know, once a roster like that Cloud9 one does get split apart, whatever kind of pieces of the puzzle they do end up putting together later on down the track, never quite achieve the same greatness that the initial roster did. Maybe that'll be the case here again for Cloud9. Maybe that was the peak for, you know, this core. But potentially there's still something left to be said for having Flasher and Golden in this roster. And it's something, again, that we have to look at. That's one of the storylines that we'll see throughout this entire season of ESL Pro League. We know that Flusher most certainly does have that kind of pedigree as well. But Golden, it's time for him to step up and shine, I suppose, and build this team into something of his own.
To be fair, not an easy role as well, so I absolutely do not envy Golden in terms of his long task ahead. Because even though Cloud9 did manage to take this victory, like I was saying, a couple of troubling signs on their T side where it's, even on overpass as well, it was just not looking structured. It wasn't looking great. There wasn't any great defaults. It looked like a lot of people were confused about where they needed to go, and it kind of reflects itself in terms of the T side scoreline in comparison to the CT scoreline.
Yeah, definitely has been an interesting day, Kevin, but it's all from us here. If you are kind of still interested in doing a little bit of Counter-Strike things, there's always ESCA to jump on. Obviously no more broadcast for tonight, but you can play yourself on ESCA, play.esca.net. Obviously plug it up and do some crazy stuff. I was never really very good when I did play on ESCA. I don't think anyone liked to play with me on their team.
D-?
I don't think I played like when the ranking system was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it was like 6 or 7 RWS.
Oh no, yeah, that would be an insta.
Like
I said, I don't use a block option often, but I'd probably be typing in .block elfish guy.
I was never very good. Anyway, this is how things have turned out so far today. Renegades did get that win over Rogue on Dust 2, and they're still going up against Rogue on Mirage right now. If you wanted to check things out on the mainstream, do head over to that because they are still live at the moment. But for us, we had that double OT in our first match of the day, then some quicker ones toward the end. Complexity only able to pick up the 1 match win today, but so far 3 wins for Renegades. And only the 1 win for NRG as well. Like, I mean, it's not been a great day for Complexity or for NRG. Certainly been a good day for Renegades. But yeah, lots to keep an eye on headed down the entire season, because while it's a good start for Renegades, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to end that way. Obviously, while it's not a great start for NRG, that's a team that we would definitely expect to be standing toward the top of the ladder later on down the track. And MIBR in there as well. There's just so many things happening right now in the North American Counter-Strike region that you have to keep an eye on everything.
No, I mean, even looking at Ghost Gaming, for example, they're currently up 4-0 as well. So they've had a victory over MIBR as well as NRG, which is teams that you say would be the stronger ones.
Yeah,
ones
most
that you expect
definitely.
to go to finals.
The ones that you would expect exactly to see at the finals in Odense. Again, back there once more for another season finals. December 7th to 9th would definitely be quite exciting to be headed over there, not even just as a player, but even as a spectator. Anyone in Europe, it's obviously pretty easy, I think, for most of the European people to get to Denmark based on all that visa stuff and that kind of thing. Maybe not so easy for us. But anyway, evening to everyone here in Australia and everywhere around the world. Goodbye. Thank you very much for joining us. We will be back later on down the track with more NAB streams. But until then, have a good one.